The summer might be for community building, but that doesn't mean you can't sell and promote during this time. So let's chat about what you should be selling on social media during the summer lull. So teacher authors, go ahead and reheat that cup of coffee because I'm your host, Cassandra Foster, and we're about to get schooled in socials. Welcome back to Schooled in Socials. We've spent the last 2 episodes really diving into summer social media strategies that we can use as teacherpreneurs. And though a lot of the discussion was about community building, I don't want you to walk away from this series thinking you can't also spend some time selling and promoting during the slower season. So let's talk about what selling during the summer lull might look like. If you've listened to the last 2 episodes, episode 54 and 55 in this series on summer social media marketing, we talked about how the majority of your content will most likely be focused on entertaining your audience, connecting with your audience, and showing your audience the value that you bring to the table. However, there's still room for promoting your resources or other paid products here. What is going to change is the percentage of time that you are promoting those paid resources. So we want the majority to focus on the purposes that we just listed above, and then a small piece to focus on sales. Basically the opposite of a conversion marketing phase and more closely looking like a brand awareness marketing phase. P.S. You can learn more about those 2 marketing phases in episodes 10 and 11. So kind of think anywhere from like 5% to 15% of your posts focused on direct selling. If you post 3 times a week across 8 weeks of summer vacation, that would be anywhere between 1 and 4 direct promotional posts to your feed. That is not taking into account your stories. You can still talk about some of your resources on your stories as well, so don't discount that. But truly, the bigger issue here is what should you use those precious promotional post spots for? Well, you can start by reflecting on what works by exploring 2 things. 1, what does your sales data say typically sells well for you in the summer? And 2, what types of resources and promotions do you or did you personally like to see during the summer when you were a teacher? So probably comes as no surprise to you that my very first suggestion is to take a look at your data. I want you to head back to your TPT dashboard and look at what has sold well during the summer months in the past. And if this isn't your first summer posting on social media for your business, go take a look at your promotional posts from last summer to see which ones brought you the most traffic. Taking a look at these data points can help you narrow down what your best sellers are for summer. The second piece is about a little reflection. Most likely, you were once a teacher, or you still are. So what are your buying habits in the summer? When you scroll Instagram or check into your favorite Facebook group during the season, what gets you to click through or purchase? You can use those answers to help you decide how you're going to present your resources when promoting them during the summer. But don't forget, you are only one piece of the puzzle. There's no doubt if you've been around for a hot minute, you know the importance of analyzing your social media data to help you reach your big business goals. But if the thought of diving into that data on your own has been holding you back from the content clarity that it can bring, I've got your back. With my quarterly data analysis service, I'm here to be your data bestie right alongside of you, diving into your analytics and outlining a content plan so that you can take effective action. This way, you get all the benefits of having your eyes on your data to help make goals for the new year without having to take a course or wade through the numbers by yourself. It's time to tap into the magic of your social media data, and you don't even have to add anything to your plate to do it. Just hop on the waitlist right now in the show notes. I know your future self will thank you. Like I said, you are only one piece of the puzzle. So once you do your own reflecting and data analysis, you then need to turn to your audience and get some information from them. Here are a few things it would be important to learn about your audience when you're deciding what to promote. Do you have teachers in your audience that teach summer school? And if you do you have any resources that could help support them during this time? I think this is really relevant if you market to special educators because oftentimes those teachers are still in the classroom for part of the summer. When I was a teacher, I actually worked at a special purpose private school and I taught year round. I didn't have a summer break, so I was looking for resources all year. So there could have been things that people could have marketed to me during that extended school year time that I probably would have purchased. So just get a gauge. Are all of your teachers out on vacation in your audience? Or is there a good chunk that could potentially use a few resources to get them through summer school? Next, when do teachers in your audience have access to school money? Think purchase orders, right? A lot of teachers don't have a lot of money to spend. We know this. We've lived this. We might still be living this. And they want to be able to spend school money, use like a purchase order to buy resources that they're going to use in their classroom in the coming year. So kind of figure out from them, when do they have access to that money and when do they need to spend it by, right? That's going to give you some really great insight on when you should be promoting resources during the summer, because those are the times that teachers are probably going to be most likely to buy when they have access to that money. And finally, if you're someone who also sells a course or you have a membership, you might want to pull your audience about when they like to engage in professional development. You might find that a lot of your audience likes to do it in the summer, and so you can spend your promotional posts really talking up your course or membership versus sending traffic to your TPT store during the summer. Now, if you get to this point and you're still feeling unsure about what to sell during the summer lull on social media, it's time to lean on your colleagues, other teacherpreneurs that you've connected with in your niche. It's okay to start a conversation about what sells best for people in the summer. You might get some answers you hadn't thought of before or that weren't readily apparent in the data that you were given to analyze. So when it comes down to it, you will most likely spend less time promoting paid resources during the summer, but you can figure out how to get the biggest bang for your buck per se by reviewing your data, thinking about your own experiences as a consumer, taking into consideration your audience's preferences most of all, in order to choose resources that can truly serve them during this time. By now, you know I'm all for taking action, and today is no different. So after you turn off this episode, I want you to head to your TPT dashboard and I want you to take a peek at what your best seller was last summer. And if you need a little accountability to get this action step done, and you want me looking over your shoulder to make sure you did it, go and do it, then pop over and leave a review for the podcast. And at the end of that review, tell me what your summer best seller was. All right, cold coffee friends, thanks so much for listening. If you're loving getting schooled in socials, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Also, I would love it if you left a review so that other teacher authors like you can start getting schooled in socials too. All right, I'll see you in the next episode.